How low can you go is the big question Tony Khan will be asking himself, because it turns out Jon Moxley isn't the only thing that bleeds and blades in AEW, because the ratings are bleeding and they are dropping and they are dropping and they're getting dangerously low to the lowest of all time. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. Just a quick update here on the Aew Dynamite ratings. So they are in. The post Forbidden Door show ratings for Dynamite are in. And first of all, let's announce the actual overall ratings. 809,000. People will say, well, that's not bad. That's kind of what they've been doing. That is what you're expecting. That's not a massive decrease. That ain't the lowest rating in 3 years. Well, we're not talking about the overall rating, because let's be honest, Tony Khan, Dave Meltzer, all they talk about is the 18 to 49 demo. The demographic, that is all they talk about. Chris Jericho, he's come out how many times, I do not know, and he has said that the overall ratings don't mean shit. It's only the demographics. This is the guy that was calling himself the Demo God. This is when AEW was barely getting over 1 million views. Sometimes they would dip under 1 million views, and he was calling himself the Demo God because AEW were apparently doing good in the demo, and sometime they would beat Raw in the demo. Well, what good's that doing you now? Because the demographic rating for this week's show is a 0.24 rating, and that, my friends, is the lowest rating in the demographic for AEW in the Wednesday night time slot since June 2020. Yeah, 2020. So, June 24, 2020. I don't know why I botched the... I don't know why I botched the... Butch. It's Butch. Pete Dunne is here in the video. I don't know why I botched the date there, but anyway, the date I was trying to get out, and I will get out eventually, was June 24, 2020. So there you go, 3 years since they did a lower demographic rating than this, and people are bragging about ratings here. AEW is supposed to be a company on the up. No, AEW is a company on the decline, and they need to stop doing this Japanese shit. They need to stop doing these shows with matches that don't mean crap. They don't mean nothing. I think it's too late. I think Tony Khan has diluted the shows. He's watered down the shows. There's just way too much garbage now. Adding Coalition when you've still got Rampage, you've still got Dynamite, they're still doing Dark and Elevation. I think they might have moved now, or maybe Rampage is going to move to YouTube. But the point is, there's so many shows in AEW, and not one of them are good. And now we've got more championships than AEW than ever before. We have Ring of Honor titles, and that's it. Ring of Honor as well. He's basically added another company and he's pushed it into AEW. Now you've got Ring of Honor champions all over the place. We get AAA belts, we get belts for Japan. I mean, you literally look at AEW, half the roster have got belts, even though nobody on the roster deserves a belt, and all the belts are garbage and are meaningless and don't mean anything. But that doesn't change the fact that it's like just nothing is important in AEW. Like I said, you've got a TBS champion, you've got a women's champion, then you've got Willow Nightingale. She's carrying a strong women's championship from Japan or something like that. I mean, you've got 3 women's solo titles, and you've only got about 7 women on the roster. So it's like, what the hell? It's like every woman pretty much gets a belt. You've got like 6 sets of tag team belts if you include trios. It's like, what the hell is happening here? There's just way too many belts, way too many shows, and not enough good stuff, not enough good content. And yeah, for me, I think AEW is dying. Now, it will probably stay alive as long as Tony Khan wants it to stay alive. He's got money. When you've got money, you can keep anything alive, and it could be something as simple as Tony Khan and his dad are willing to lose money in order to keep his little wrestling dream alive. But in terms of like show ratings, I don't see AEW getting better again. I don't see the big increase now. I just don't see where it's going to happen. Jericho claiming that AEW will beat Raw. Where? When? How? Who is left for AEW? Realistically, who is there out there that you could see going to AEW? Pretty much anybody they could have brought in. They've brought in since the AEW started in, 2019? I think Punk was the big name that we thought they could get. They brought him in, First time, they completely fucking wasted him. Then they brought him in a second time, and they put him on a show that's on Saturday nights that is not going to get ratings. And we can see that Punk's show already lost like a quarter, or was it like a third? It was like, I don't know, I think it's 27% of their ratings after the first week. So it just shows you that is a massive decline. There's not many people that AEW could bring in now that's going to do anything. I'd be surprised if they even get back above 1 million that many times this year. I mean, they might do 1 or 2 shows on Dynamite that go above 1 million, but I think that the longer this goes, the longer this company continues, the further away they're going to get for that 1 million mark. Unless, like, they bring in Dwayne Johnson or something, or, I don't know, Brock Lesnar decides to quit WWE and go to AEW, or the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold, he comes back. They need something. Because at the moment, what they're doing is not getting them ratings. Bringing all these Japanese guys in, it's doing nothing. They could bring in the top like 50 Japanese guys in Japan, and it's not going to do anything. In fact, it would probably actually give them a decrease in ratings, because people are going to see all these Japanese guys that they don't know, they don't care, but they don't give a shit about, and they're going to be like, well, I ain't watching this crap. So yeah, there you go. Tony Khan doesn't have a clue what he's doing. The ratings in Dynamite continue to fall. Lowest demographic rating in over 3 years. It's not good, guys, from an AEW perspective. But let me know what your perspective is. Let me know what you think down below. And yeah, do you see these ratings going up anytime soon? I don't. Personally, I think within maybe a year or two, I think NXT will be beating Dynamite. That's my prediction. Catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.